What is going on, guys and girls? How doing today? It's Single Roleplay here once again, and today I want to talk a little about some personal things. I haven't done IRL in a long time, and I know I prefer to be pretty open and honest on everything that's happening about me. I'm a kind of a little public person out there on the internet, and I made a lot of friends for the last couple of years. People have been following me since day one, even before I started streaming. So I've made a shit ton of kind of virtual friends out there, which I miss sometimes when I don't see them, and they keep coming on stream, and we chat together, discuss all kind of things which are pretty personal, and I'm very happy that I can do it because being a streamer, you don't really have as much time to go outside, to be honest, because you need to invest your time into streaming, building your community, and all that stuff. So I'm very happy to have you all, guys. It's unbelievable. I'm unbelievably grateful for you spending your time watching my videos, following me, subscribing to my channel. This is extremely crazy that you're still doing it. We are almost at 9,000 subscribers on YouTube and over 3,000 followers on Twitch, which is absolutely unbelievable. It's crazy to realize that I'm still growing on this thing with all the time that I've spent and invested into it. So there are a couple of things that I wanted to discuss in this video, and first is that you probably saw I have a shit ton of Russian guys right now on the stream. I'm talking in Russian and I'm talking in English at the same time, and I had to turn my stream into kind of bilingual stream, talking in two different languages. This is all for a reason, simply because the Russian community has been kind of noticing me more recently, and a couple of top tier Russian streamers dropped me a host. And these are really one of the biggest Russian streamers in Path of Exile. And I had a huge invasion of Russian guys and Russian speaking users on my stream, and I had to communicate. Not that I really didn't want it. I like to communicate with everyone, but it's now looks a little weird that I'm speaking in Russian, then I'm speaking in English and all that stuff. But I can tell that I have absolutely no problems about it. You can communicate me in any way you like. Do not hesitate to ask me about anything in any language. I am absolutely fluent in both languages. So if you're Russian, speak in Russian. If you want to ask me in English, ask me in English. It's absolutely no different for me. It's absolutely not a problem for me, guys. So just do as whatever you want, actually. As is easier for you, do it in this way. Just do not, how can I put this? So don't be scared to communicate with me. If you see I'm talking Russian, guys, don't be afraid to communicate with me in English if you are an English speaking person. Just don't be scared or embarrassed simply because I'm talking in different language, okay? Just do it. I will reply to you in basically any appropriate way. So guys, don't be scared. So yeah, it's like this. And the biggest question that I usually get is, why you even streaming in English? Why are you doing this in English if you are Russian, for example? Why not? Why not? And I keep replying all the time, simply because I have no problems in English whatsoever. I've been learning English for the entire life. I have passed the Cambridge certificate when I was 17. I've never had any problems in English whatsoever. I've completed thousands of English games fully in English language, written in English texts, and all that stuff. Have absolutely no problem with this. I'm thinking in English faster than I do in Russian. So it also allows me to improve my skills, and this is one of the most important reasons why I decided I'm gonna stream in English. At the same time, streaming in English is allows me to communicate and build up the community that is more universal and not just tied to the Russian community. I wanted to separate myself and to become more global and not just, another Russian streamer. I was never interested in this. I'm kind of a person of the world. I like traveling. I like communicating with a lot of people. So it was never the case for me to stream in Russian exclusively. I wanted to be more, like I say, global, international streamer. That was my personal goal. So this is why I'm doing it. It also allowed me to dramatically improve my speaking skills, because if you watch my video from like 2 years ago when I just started recording and you see the video now, it's a big difference. I'm talking way faster and thinking faster, and as a result my diction and the way I talk is on another level right now. It's became really better, and if you're watching me for a long time, you obviously see this as well, you notice this as well. So that's another reason. Improving my skills is very important as the entrepreneur, entertainer, streamer, all of that. One thing that I wanted to mention about, guys, is a little bit of a personal thing about the state of the health and shit. You probably know that I'm exercising a lot, and every second day I go on the workout when I run some 3 kilometers in the park. And then I do push-ups, squats, all kind of things, the dumbbells and everything. And on the outside I feel much better. My kind of outer shell became much stronger, more durable, but on the inside there are still a lot of things that needs to be solved. And about 4 days ago my doctor came from the vacation. She had a very long vacation, like 2 months, and about 2 months ago I did a couple of blood tests to finally understand what is happening with my stomach, with my nutritions and all that, because it's very hard for me to gain weight. I have some things that are pretty kind of hard to tell where they came from. So I did a pretty expensive blood test to finally figure out what is happening. And based on this, we have a kind of a cure plan for the next 3 months. But the unfortunate part of it is I have to take about 14 different types of pills in 3 months. 14 pills in 3 months. That's a lot. And the biggest problem for me is that it costs a shit ton. I bought quite a lot of them in February, March. This is when I started my healing process. But now it's even more than that. And if you're following my stream, you probably saw that donation thing on top, which I've been gathering money for my computer scan for the August-September, which I'm actually gathered successfully, guys. So I want to thank you so much for contributions. There's a lot of people who directly donated towards my health goal, towards this procedure. This now like a big machine. When you go in there and they just scan the whole body. This is pretty expensive thing. It's about $300. Yeah, it's pretty expensive, and I've been trying to get a fund myself for this. I successfully funded this. I would specifically like to thank everyone who actually donated. There's a few very big donations, and I want to thank Maps, Honk, and Atomic Space Valorous, and all of you guys. Mason Clark, you guys helped me a shit ton on this, and I can't really thank you enough. For a streamer like me of this kind of smaller magnitude, it's quite a problem to raise such a big amount of the ground. So I'm extremely thankful for you guys. The goal is done, and now I will put another goal, which is basically my healing plan for the next 3 months. That's about, I think, like $200 or something. That's about 10 to 12,000 rubles in Russian, which is about $200. There's 14 pills there. 14 pills. I was kind of Even I didn't expect it to be so long, to be honest. And the biggest problem is that I need to order some from the United States, so it's pretty expensive. There's different vitamins and food supplements. Some of these pills I can buy locally, but about 60 to 70% I have to buy abroad, and it makes them kind of more expensive than they are in general. But they are the better high quality. So I will have a new goal, guys, and I will be super thankful to if you support me in any way. It doesn't have to be donations. You know that there are many ways how you can help me sustain myself and go on and be healthier, like clicking the like buttons, watching the fucking ads on YouTube, and all that tiny shit that actually helps me. So thank you so much, guys. Another thing that I want to talk about is the PoE. I have a giant plans for the PoE, guys. I've been working very hard to update my build guides. I went through the majority of them. They are all up to date. There's a lot of things happening with the minions, and I've updated all my minion builds. I've been working really hard for the last week to keep everything up to date. I also plan to go through the spell and melee builds at the same time. These are the last things that have left, and the last things to go through. I will go through this as well. And for the league itself, it's not very fun. Definitely, a lot of people are giving up, and I still have plans to do a couple more builds this league. But time will tell if I will actually go on with all the plans, because maybe I will be messing around the standard as well. I have a lot of things to do on the standard league. I really want to play the Golem Mentalist build, because I've heard that the golems are fucking insane now. With all the damage we get, one extra golem, we get all the buffs increased. So it looks pretty good now. Plenty of things for the Path of Exile to happen in the upcoming couple of weeks and months. So I think that's about it for now, guys. The video is already pretty long, so thanks for sticking with me, guys. I really appreciate all the support. There's so many new people in the stream now, over 3,000 followers. It's just absolutely unbelievable, but I can't thank you enough. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned. Take care.